What's up guys, Mega Bleeder here, back with another episode of Mechanical Mastery Plus. I did a little bit of work between episodes, let me get you caught up. What I'm hoping to do today is clean up our first mechanical part automation and hopefully get the second part of the mechanical automation set up. Let me get you caught up. What's up guys, Editor Mega here from the future. Just wanted to come in and say that the last video, I'm Rubber and You're Glue, is up to almost 500 views now. I'm not sure if those are bots or what, but if you are tuning in and liking the content, please like and subscribe, and any comments would be much appreciated. Thanks so much. Okay, so between the episodes, let me get you caught up on what I did. I crafted a magnet. Just I was tired of things falling in the void. I also turned off our auto buyers here to stop our automation because we're going to modify this today. I made a Tinker's Workbench. This is to charge that. I made a phytogenic insulator. We're going to need some sticky pistons later, and to make the slime we're going to need some wheat to make the dough. Nothing up here changed all that much. I did move my water source, made a glass blower, but I expanded our platform out. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this. I will probably end up trying to make a different kind of spaceship looking thing. My idea here was that this spaceship is delivering raw resources, so we've got nickel and iron and stuff like that here on what is supposed to be like a trailer. So I'm not sure, maybe when we get flight later on I'll try and build a better little spaceship, but here it is. Here's the interior of our spaceship. Nothing too special, just trying to make it make sense that we're here in the void. So I don't know if I'll keep that. Maybe I'll rebuild it. Not certain. But you can see I did move our stairs. Let's go downstairs and get you caught up to what happened between episodes and what happened to our money, because you can see that we're down to only 10 million. I think we left off with over 20 million last episode. So let's go check it out. All right, this is where all of our money went. So you can see we've got our water wheels here. I moved some things around just a little bit. This is getting scaled up. I've got buyers here buying all of our raw resources. We've got a little bit of room for osmium and uranium once we get those unlocked. So those get ground down into the crushed raw variant. They get moved over here into these depots where they get washed with these fans. It turns them into nuggets, and then those get pulled out and put over here into these drawers. And you can see all of these are filled up. This ran for a little while I was actually working on the other side. That is this. So I mirrored it. We have the same thing over here. We've got water wheels. I've got a buyer here buying cobblestone that gets crushed down. And this is basically a cobbleworks. So the cobblestone, I've got it getting turned into gravel, glass, sand, soul sand. The clay and the flint is the byproduct from crushing down the gravel into sand. I've also got stone, quartz that's getting washed, andesite, and cobblestone. So our andesite is coming from here. That'll get put into here. This is a monostructural, what is it? A monodirectional connector. So to get rid of the gold nuggets, it's actually exporting, and that sends a signal over here to this guy. That way they can get imported into here. I also modified the way that this is set up to get us our coal, our power generation. So we've got a buyer. I put a pipe upgrade in here. I'm going to try and use a gold. This is one that I got from a quest reward. But every time that we go under 512 coal, it gets pumped, another one gets pumped in there. What happens here is this inventory will see that there is less than 512 coal, and it is doing some logic to turn this timer off. So every 20 ticks, this timer will run, but right now it is currently paused while receiving a redstone signal. If I unpause it, you'll see that it takes off going like crazy there. So what happens is there is a variable card that is checking the inventory on this, and it's checking to see how many it is. And then here it is saying I have a variable card that's greater than, so it's taking the input number, number 1 and number 2. So it's looking at the drawer and it's pulling a number from the drawer. And then here it's just an integer card that is 512. So what it does is it looks in here and it says, hey, I'm checking the inventory count. And if this number goes below 512, which I can show by taking this out, it goes below 512. The timer turns on. You can see that over there. And then it gets us more coal. So that's an automated source there. I covered up these because they were just in the way. Heading back upstairs, like I said, I turned these off. So what I want to do today is actually pull all of this up, because we're not going to be using pretty much any of it anymore. We'll use the multi-servo press to be able to make the rods and the gears. I don't think there's another way to make gears other than this recipe here. So we'll still use the multi-servo press. And then I'm actually going to switch from the sequential fabricator into using the tier 1 crafter from RF Tools. This will solve our problem of having too many items. Like this would typically fill up with copper rods, because the copper rods get made so much faster than the gears. But what we'll be able to do with the crafter is lock that. The crafter took lapis, and we did unlock that with the tier 1 permit last episode. So what I'm going to do is make the crafter, and then I'm going to tear all of this up, and I'll come right back once I've got all that done. And I believe what we're going to do is set that up. We're going to set up automations over here, and then I'm also going to use from Integrated Dynamics the storage terminal. That way we can more easily access all of our resources. In our controller, which I did build a controller and put it up here, so if I hold shift you can see that it does have access to all of the drawers, which will be really nice. So I'm going to grab the crafter and some of the basic resources we need to get started with that Integrated Dynamics crafting system, and I'll be right back. Alright, so all of that is reclaimed. Did go ahead and get us ready to craft our tier 1 crafter. Actually, let me make sure that this doesn't have anything inside it. It does not. Okay. So we can craft this into our tier 1 crafter. That's excellent. Now what I'm going to do is get a chest or a barrel. I'm just going to put this down right here. We're going to drop all of this in here. We'll keep those. And I'm going to get ready some more Integrated Dynamics things. I need to get... where is it? I need to get some mineral glass and a display panel, because I want to be able to take a look at our whole entire network. So I'll be right back with that. There's our display panel, and then we just need the mineral glass. So we need a drying basin, which should be here, a squeezer. I think we'll be able to get away with just one log. And then we need a glass. Put the glass in there, the log in there, hop up and down on this. That should make our glass. There we go, mineral glass. And I believe this is, yes, this is illuminated, so we could use this later in the future. It might be kind of cool. So the storage terminal. What we will do with this guy, we're going to break that, and then I believe if we place that there, Run some cables up to here. That's our chest. We can place that guy there and a cable there. We're going to move that up. Because I believe we should be able to move this crafting station. And we'll move our shop. And if we move this up to here, plop the storage terminal down. Oh. And yeah, now we can see everything. The GUI is a little weird. Grid size, because it's kind of clipping over EMI. Scale width. There we go. We'll go medium, large. Here we go. This works out pretty good. So we can actually craft from this, which is pretty cool. And then we'll connect up this barrel as well. So if we pop this down, now we can also see inside the barrel. Let's see, short order descending, item ID disabled. Sort by item name, that's not what I want. Item amount order. Descending. There we go. There we go. Now we can see everything in the system. Okay. Alright. This is actually my first time using this. So it's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. And what we're going to do now, or what we want to do now, is get our basic mechanical essence back up and running. We're going to do that over here. So we're going to connect to this network. Let's see. We'll connect to this network because this will have access to everything. We'll move that over here. We have our power over here. Okay, so let's take a look. I know that we're going to need multi-servo press. Couple of them. Gear and the rod. And then our crafter. Okay. And I think what I'll do is start here and we'll just work our way down and around. So to get started, we're going to need power. We're also going to need item transfer. We'll do power from underneath. We're just going to use the energy pipes for now. We'll connect that in there. That's connected to the whole system. This cable, not sure if I have enough resources, but I think I'll try and make another one of these. Actually, two of them. And then what we'll do is place that right there. Yes, that works. And then we're going to have to run a cable way over here. And we'll run it to right there. And if we plop that down, we can see it is green. And it had that red particle effect. So that is working. So let's do this. We're going to bring a cable up to here. We'll probably replace that floor, but we're going to need multi-servo press. We're going to need gear, gear, and rod. And then we'll also need our crafter. And that might be everything that we need. And we'll put down 3 multi-servo presses to process them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to say input on the back, output on the top. Same thing here, input, output, input, output. The gear, or everything will go into here. Output. Then here we've got inputs, we've got outputs, and we've got our seller, which will just go right there. Here, we're going to need exporters, exporter, these are going to export the items, these are importing, that's going to export to there. I'm going to swap these because they need to be, it's an input on the top. They're going to be the same as the other ones. Yes. And then interfaces and cables. And you're an export. So we'll hook these up like so. And this will need an interface. Break that connection. Break that connection. Okay, so all these have power. You're going to need this recipe, right? Gears, but it's that gear and that gear. That's going to be external. We're going to apply that so we get a gear. Remember that. We'll say remember that, and then copper rods. We're going to need on to activate. Now the copper rod, can we craft that? Yeah, we can craft one. So that will go, oops, that will go here. That's going to be set to remember. Okay. That's pretty simple. This is just going to be an export all items because the only thing it's going to have access to are the gears from these two and the rods. So that'll export into there. These are going to be export all items. Export item amount. Priority. This guy. I would like it if I could round robin that, but I cannot. I might end up adding some more multi-servo presses. So what we're going to do, what we need to do is take our logic programmer and item. We're going to say we need iron, we need gold, and we need copper. And I believe this is all good. So that's rod, so that needs copper. That needs gold. That needs iron. So that's making gears. Those are getting put into here. We can see that's ticking up. Let's go ahead and take those out. We'll say remember. We'll turn it on fast, and we'll turn it on. All right. So that's working. I think this just needs an augment to be able to keep up, but the rods are definitely faster. Let's see. The rods take 600 RF. The gears take 2400. So the rods definitely are faster, so they will get caught up to that. And what we can actually do, if we do this and this, now we can remember. There we go. Okay, cool, excellent. And these are going in there. We can say, hey, export all items, and now we're going to get a big influx of money. Cool. We'll cover these back up. Okay. So there is that caught up. The next thing that we need to do is get these mixing. So we need to get Invar, steel, quartz, and brass rods automated. I think I have a lot of the stuff that we need for that. I know that we do have the mixer and the basin. That will get us this setup. So we're going to need a thing for rods, 2 more multi-servo presses for gears, a multi-servo press for rods, and then we already have extra pulverizers for the quartz. And then actually what we could do is we can repurpose these multi-servo presses for steel, Invar, and brass rods. So all we need to do is automate those materials. So I'm going to go ahead, take a look at what I need for that, and then I'll be right back. So we're back. I'm going to make the rolling mill just for the quest. You can see here, looking at our quartz dust, our steel, our Invar, we got all of these items, and we also got the brass rods. So we'll take the quest for that guy. Give us some extra brass rods. And then our next quest is looking like we need a mechanical mixer, a basin, and one of the regular mechanical essence. So let's go take a look at what I did. So I modified it slightly. Our multi-servo presses that we were using to make these, I changed to steel gears, Invar gears, and brass gears. To get the quartz that we need for this, I just set down a pulverizer with some quartz. Our induction smelter here, we've got copper and zinc making brass. We've got iron and nickel making Invar. And then over here, this pulverizer is making some iron dust. This is used over here to make steel dust. I'm not sure where this iron is going. I'm not sure why it's not going in here. Okay, so here's what I did. I changed the interface channel to channel 1. Default they're on 0, and then on the exporter here for the steel dust, I changed that also to channel 1, and that did fix it. I moved our cable just a little bit here so it wasn't so kind of jacked up. But it is working now, so we've got our coal, our iron, our steel dust. Those are going into here. We can see our quartz, our basic mechanical essence, our steel gear, our brass rod, and our Invar gear is kind of trickling in slowly just because this induction smelter is a little bit slow. The brass one, this is a lot faster. If we look here, this takes 2400 RF, and the Invar takes, if we do it this way, it takes 4800. So it takes twice as long to produce 3 Invar than it does 2 brass. So it's a little bit faster to do the Invar, but if we get an augment here, which we can now do because we've got the regular mechanical essence, we can get some electrum and some lead gears, and we will be able to speed that up and make it faster. So let's see. I'm not certain that we have the resources to be able to do that. Where was that at? Augment. If we save that recipe, we can see that we don't have the lead gears. Let's make 2 of them, and then we'll also need electrum plates. We'll get that from electrum. I don't think I have any electrum. I do not. What we can do is get some silver and some gold, but we will need an induction furnace, another one of those guys. So let's grab some of these. The induction furnace. It's going to need another blast furnace, which needs smooth stone. What do we have for stone? We have a bunch of normal stone. Wait, smooth stone connecting. We can change this back. We turn connecting off, then it's just regular smooth stone. Pop that in there. Induction smelter needs a blast furnace. So all we need is the Invar gears. So we're gonna have to steal some Invar. Take that one. And that one. And that one. And we can pop the remainder in there. Invar gear. Invar gear. Induction smelter. Okay. Oh, I had an induction smelter. Okay, no big deal. We'll put that in there. I totally forgot I actually had that. So the electrum plate, we're gonna need to make in either the press this way or in a multi-servo press. So let's see. Press from create. Can we craft you? Yeah, sure we can. And we'll also need a depot. And we'll just use this kind of manually over here for right now. Pop that there, that there. We'll take those and we'll make a flux linkage amplifier. I think that's a quest. Oh, we need 3 of them. So let's grab more electrum. What do we have left in our quest? The reinforced integral component, so we'll use that. Let's push this off of here and then reapply it. Okay. We'll also need signalum gears, signalum, which is silver, copper, and redstone. Let's go and get these sped up. One more. We need 2 gears. And it gives us 3 more. Okay, cool. So we can actually make this induction smelter quite a bit faster. It's using 160 RF per tick, whereas before it was using 40. So that's a big boost right there. So this should be moving a lot faster. Oh, nice. And we can see we are actually constantly producing Invar. Nice. Yep, we're at a constant kind of production of Invar, I believe. We'll see our mixer only backs out for just a second, so we're already back up to $18 million. Awesome. And then the last thing that we need to do, really, for this quest section is getting into the reinforced integral components. But I think we are, if we craft a configurator, at a point where we can it needs to be a steel rod. We did make our rolling mill. A steel rod is 1 steel ingot. Let's pop that into here. And we'll just kind of click it in there for now. Maybe. We need a hopper. We need a hopper. Bing, bang. Steel rod. Configurator. All right. Sweet. So we are in the next chapter. Create an improved version of your mechanical essence. Awesome. Chapter 3 is all about things mechanism. If your island is in a biome preventing spawning chickens, you can use a chicken spawn egg to set up starting a passive mob farm. Waste all your eggs, chickens, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So the tier 2 trade permit. Can we make this guy? Tier 2 trade permit. Yeah, look at that. And if we click that on our shop, let's place our shop down on this barrel. Boom. The tier 2 shop, that unlocks, I believe it starts here, so crude oil, osmium, we got diamonds, niter ore, bituminous, sulfur, ancient debris, gobber. We can just straight up buy andesite alloy, cogwheels, shafts, gearboxes. That's awesome, because gearboxes are a pain. It takes 4 of these cogwheels to make a gearbox, so it actually saves a bunch of money. And then it stops at emeralds, so we're real close, not real close, but we're close to being able to get emeralds. Awesome. Sweet. So we got the 2nd tier mechanical essence automated. I will probably I would like to set up a farm next kind of go around. What did it say? We needed this guy. So we'll use the GM chicken feed and the cursed chicken feed. We'll use these to be able to create a mob farm, and I know that we're going to need that getting forward into some of the next things that we're going to be doing, like the mob slaughter factory and whatnot. So cool. We're up to 20 million already, so everything seems to be working really nicely. It looks like we have enough power, which is cool. These are still running. Our coal is holding nice and strong. We've got a ton of resources. Our copper nuggets kind of pop off because it makes too many of them, I think. That's all right, though. But I think what I'm going to do is call it here. I don't think... Yeah, I put those in here. So what I want to do is compress these. Like that. All right, but we got that one set up. Next episode, we'll end up getting a mob farm. We're going to need a mob farm. And then maybe we'll be able to dip our toes into mechanism just a little bit. I'm hoping to do some more work on the base in between episodes as well. But thanks for stopping in. I'd appreciate any likes, subscribes, comments. All of that is really cool. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you next time.